So, a month ago or so, I announced that I will be launching my new company, e-commerce superpowers, and that it will focus on marketing to women. Um, I've heard quite a few questions about, you know, why did you choose the female consumer as a specific focus? Does it even make sense for e-commerce? Does it even affect anything when it comes to results for your e-commerce store? And did you just go after a gut feeling, or is it actually something that is there any data behind this choice of a new business? And well, I can tell you that yes, there is, and it's not just something that I woke up and decided to do. It's based on the experience I've had during the last 3 years as a self-employed digital marketing consultant. I've helped so many business owners and so many companies transform their online businesses and turn them from chaos to profitable, predictable businesses. And what I found is that there's actually it's a mix of three things that I do that gives these results for business owners. And it's also the fact that, when you do have, I work primarily with small to medium sized businesses, and usually I work directly with the founders. And when you are a founder, you have made your business because it's something you're really passionate about and you love what you do. And most times you have a limited marketing budget. And when you do have a limited marketing budget and you're super reliant on your online sales in your e-commerce store, your whole life depends on making that budget work wonders for your business. So in that case, everything you do and everything you can do to optimize the effect of that budget is invaluable for your business. So the three things that I found out that really, really work for my customers is one, understanding the branding part of it. So, very generally speaking, product business owners, if you are a product person, if you started your business because you love what you do, you love your product, oftentimes you think that the consumer buys your product because they love your product, which is partially true. They do love your product, but they also buy it, and they buy it online because they associate certain values with your product. The brand is the sum of the total experiences of your company, so it's also the associations they have from influencers, or it's also associations they have with which transformation the product will give them or how the product will add value to their life. So it's always the product plus a perception. Another thing is, of course, it is super important to push the right buttons and have all the technical aspects of your digital channels under control. But it's also about choosing the right channels based on where your audience is. And I see this happening over and over and over again, that business owners have tried different channels, they've tried it all, and they don't understand why it hasn't worked out for them. And sometimes they think that they should use, let's say, Facebook as a platform because they've seen it work for other businesses. But most times we have to have a discussion about where is your target audience and where are the majority of your potential customers spending their time, and on which channels are they actually making purchasing decisions. Right now, Instagram is trending quite a lot, and they've introduced some very, very nice features to trigger a lot of action. So choosing the right channels and making them work for you is everything. But the thing that really, really, really sets everything, makes everything come together and really, really gives really good results is understanding the end consumer and what the end consumer is looking for. gender marketing does exist, and you can make really good use of it if you know how to do it. And we're not talking about male versus female advertising, or advertising excluding anyone from advertising. We're talking about what resonates with this particular audience, and how can we make it work for your business, and how can we cater to that audience in an authentic way. So yes, gender differences in advertising do exist, and they do not only exist in how genders are portrayed in the advertisements we see. It's more about understanding what are the psychological triggers, and what triggers consumer behavior, because there are some things that are just wired into female and male behavior. So another thing is, women account for up to 80% of all purchasing decisions. That is so much, and they make purchasing decisions on behalf of their families and their boyfriends or husbands and children. So if you understand that decision-making process, and you understand the female consumer as a very important decision maker in her family and community, you can manifold your brand, and you can introduce your product to other groups within that group as well. Another thing that I have to mention, and it's just because now we have to get everything out there in this video, is that a lot of advertisements, so there's a survey showing that women, up to 91% of women, feel misunderstood by marketeers. And that is not only worrying for me, but also for all of my clients, because if I see clients putting a lot of advertising spend or their last money into ads, but I know that a lot of women feel so misunderstood by marketeers that they actually prefer to rely on recommendations. So imagine if you could take that and put that aspect into your ads, and then actually get value out of your ads in a totally different way. That can, make or break a business, and especially online. So the last thing I want to address is that yes, this is something that is scientifically addressed, and I have this very nice article here called Gender Issues in Advertising, from 1970s to 2002. And I think there are only a couple of things I need to address here from this article, which actually basically shows that, yes, gendered advertising response difference exists. So yes, based on the gender you identify with, we will see that people respond differently to advertisements. And I think some of the things that are really interesting to look into, and some of the things that can really make a difference for your business, is you have to keep in mind that some things that work for female audiences don't work for male audiences, and vice versa. But it's not as black and white as we tend to think about it. So one of the things that are quite important, and I'm scrambling here to figure out, here it is that women do prefer feminine brands, and there's so much more to femininity than just, pink or purple colors, and I will address that in a separate video. But yes, women do prefer feminine brands, but they're also accepting of masculine brands. On the other hand, men prefer masculine brands, and they do not accept feminine brands. So for men, it's actually a bigger negative effect if it's something that is very female, where for female consumers, they are more accepting of everything. So companies that try to address women with, pink colors or very stereotyped ideas about gender are not, putting themselves up for success. So that's all I had to share for now, and please visit my website ecommercesuperpowers.com. It will be launching soon, and in the meantime you can sign up for my newsletter and get insights on how to leverage female consumer insights to build a profitable e-commerce business.